Things are heating up in West Coast. Minister for National Development Desmond Lee recently joined families in West Coast for Buka Puasa, the breaking of fast during Ramadan. But this wasn't just a casual visit. It's part of the People's Action Party's PAP efforts to strengthen its position ahead of a highly anticipated showdown with the Progress Singapore Party, PSP, in the newly redrawn West Coast-Jurong West Group Representation Constituency, GRC. This could be one of the most intense electoral battles yet, and here's why you need to keep an eye on it. Desmond Lee shared his experience on Facebook, thanking the organizers and the community for their warm reception. Photos showed him mingling with residents and enjoying the meal alongside families, a clear sign that PAP is working hard to connect with the ground ahead of the next general election, GE. But why now? What makes this upcoming election so important? Well, just days before Lee's visit on March 16, PSP made their own move, and it was strategic. Led by party founder Dr. Cheng Bock, PSP members made their first visit to Taman Jurong, engaging with the public at Taman Jurong Food Center. Why Taman Jurong, you ask? Because the West Coast-Jurong West GRC has just gained an additional 41,000 residents following recent changes to electoral boundaries. That's a significant voter base, and both PAP and PSP are clearly gearing up for a fierce contest. For context, before the redrawing of electoral boundaries, West Coast and Jurong were two separate GRCs. Jurong has traditionally been a PAP stronghold, but West Coast is where things get interesting. In the 2020 general election, PAP narrowly held onto West Coast with just 51.69% of the vote, one of the closest margins for PAP in that election. PSP's performance in West Coast back then showed that they have real potential to flip the constituency if they play their cards right. Desmond Lee himself admitted that the road ahead won't be easy. Speaking on the Straits Times podcast The Usual Place, he reflected on the challenges of the past 5 years, including managing the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on public housing and navigating the fallout from the departure of former Transport Minister S. Iswaran. He described this period as the most intense of his political career. Despite that, Lee expressed confidence, saying, "I'm ready to serve when called upon." What's clear is that PAP is taking no chances. Lee's visit to West Coast shows that the party is actively shoring up support to avoid a repeat of 2020's razor-thin win. Meanwhile, PSP's outreach in Taman Jurong signals that they are strategically positioning themselves to challenge PAP's dominance. So, what do you think? Will PAP manage to hold on to West Coast-Jurong West GRC? Or will PSP pull off a historic upset? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear what you think. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more detailed coverage on Singapore's political scene. Stay tuned to 2230, where we break down the facts so you don't have to.